We also see within this story Jesus interacting with a guy that nobody else would have wanted to be around, that nobody else would have had anything to do with, that everybody was likely afraid of. He was living out in the tombs by himself, all because he was not welcome with the people that he was a part of. And so Jesus finds himself in a place with someone who's beyond saving by all accounts, who is not a part of his original mission that we've talked about all through the story of Matthew. Jesus came first to the Jews to try to save them, but here Jesus is saving someone else. And the first thing that I think we should pick up from the story before we go on into the new parts of Mark, I do want to give some weight to what Jesus does here, because it's evidence for every single one of us. That if you feel like there's a point where you're too far gone, if you feel like you have a friend who there's no way they could ever come and be a part of the family of God, who could never understand the gospel of Christ, I learned from this story and everywhere else in the New Testament that could not be further from the truth. That even in this man who seems absolutely too far gone beyond saving, so much so that he is isolated out in the tombs, a place that no one wants to be, Jesus still goes there for a very specific purpose for this one man and saves him and brings him back into restoration. That's what the word save that we see all throughout the New Testament means. It means this idea of being restored into what we are supposed to be. And how do you think the man responds in that situation? Look at what it says in verse 18. As he was getting into the boat, the man who had been possessed with demons begged him that he might be with him. And he did not permit him, but said to him, "Go home to your friends and tell them how much the Lord has done for you and how he has had mercy on you." And he went away and began to proclaim in the Decapolis how much Jesus had done for him, and everyone marveled at it. Now you read the beginning of that and you're wondering what in the world is going on in Jesus' mind. And I have to say, it can't be because Jesus did not want this guy to follow him. The whole reason this has to happen is because Jesus knows what's going to happen next. He sees this man, he has compassion on this man, and if this man goes back into the city, he knows that as this man, who was well known as someone who was afflicted, walks through the city, he is a walking testimony to the power of God. But Jesus sets the precedent for us of what evangelism is supposed to look like with just this one man. You see, evangelism isn't about preaching to everyone. It's about showing up for someone.